Today on December 5th, God says, stop everything, because I need you here for the next few minutes. Don't overlook this message, it carries something destined. My beloved child, listen closely, because the very moment you opened this message, something shifted around you. Heaven leaned toward you, time slowed, and what was sealed began to unseal. You think you found this accidentally, but you did not. I drew you here. I placed this before your eyes at the exact second your heart was ready to receive it. You have been asking for confirmation, clarity, direction, and I am answering you right now. There was confusion around you before this moment, a fog that sat over your thoughts and made even simple choices feel heavy, but clarity begins here. I need you to hear me with intention. Do not rush. Do not skim. Your future is being addressed. You have no idea how much has been waiting for you to simply pause and listen. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been overlooked. Even your tears, the ones you wiped quickly so no one would see, were counted. Heaven paused for you. Angels stopped their movement for this conversation. You think that is exaggeration, but nothing is exaggerated when destiny is unfolding. Listen, because clarity begins here. The confusion that sat like weight on your chest is lifting. The anxiety that circled your mind is loosening. The endless questions, why this? Why now? When will something change? Are not ignored. Every one of them reached me. I did not abandon you when silence felt louder than my presence. I was preparing the path ahead, aligning what you could not see, and protecting you from what you were not ready to carry. Before this moment, you assumed delay meant denial. You assumed the waiting meant rejection. But now I tell you, the waiting was preservation. The silence was strategy. The stillness was protection. You are stepping into something appointed, something that did not exist until now. And as you continue listening, clarity will form like light through shattered walls. This is not ordinary. This is a turning. You are not late. You are not forgotten. Nothing you lost has stripped you of purpose. This moment is marked. Heaven has already shifted, and the shift will unfold in you. And as you keep your heart open, what was tangled will untangle, what was blocked will open, and what was uncertain will stand revealed. Stay here, because what begins now will not end where you started. This is your turning point, and everything after this moment unfolds differently. And as you breathe in this moment, I am restoring strength you did not realize had faded. I am awakening desire that exhaustion tried to bury. I am reminding you that hope is not foolish when it is anchored in me. The shift that began when you opened this message will echo in relationships, decisions, opportunities, and even in the way you speak about yourself. Receive it, because nothing about this moment is accidental. This is my appointed hour now. Do not scroll away. Do not wander into the next distraction. Do not allow your mind to drift into what you were doing before this moment. Stay here with me. You have no idea how close you are to something that has been waiting to find you, and if you rush past this, you will delay what was meant to arrive now. I am not speaking for tomorrow. I am speaking for this exact moment, because alignment is happening beneath what you can see. You have spent so much of your life moving quickly, reacting, surviving, shifting from one worry to another. But right now, I ask you to pause. I am gathering the pieces of your story, tying loose ends, undoing knots that have sat in your soul for years. If you leave before hearing what I must tell you, you will continue walking with confusion that was meant to lift today. Stay here, because this conversation is not ordinary. This is intervention. This is protection. This is redirection. You have walked wounded for too long, believing that you needed to navigate everything alone. Yet I have been holding your steps, even when you thought silence meant absence. I have been shielding you from situations that would have broken you further, and now I need you to listen so you can see why certain things did not unfold in your timing. Do not scroll, because what has been delayed is about to accelerate, and acceleration requires stillness first. You want answers, but answers require attention. You want breakthrough, but breakthrough requires presence. You want clarity, but clarity arrives in surrender, not distraction. Stay here, because this moment carries the weight of many prayers you whispered when no one was listening. I am not angry with you. I am not disappointed in you. I am calling you to sit with me. What I am unraveling is delicate. What I am opening is sacred. I am touching places in your heart that you stopped acknowledging, places you pushed aside to keep functioning. Stay, because healing begins when you stop running. You think scrolling keeps your mind safe, but wandering has tired your spirit. You have chased answers while ignoring the voice that held them. Right now, I need your attention, not because I demand from you, but because I am giving something to you. Stay here, because I am rewriting what you believed about yourself. I am shifting choices you were about to make prematurely. I am removing burdens that never belonged on your shoulders. If you remain, clarity will meet you. If you remain, peace will settle. If you remain, what felt unreachable will suddenly be near. Do not move. Stay present. Stay open. Stay still. What is unfolding needs your awareness. And you will soon understand why this moment could not wait. I saw what you didn't speak aloud. I saw the nights when you laid in silence, replaying conversations, questioning your worth, wondering why certain people changed, why their promises dissolved, why loyalty crumbled so quickly. You carried it alone. You pretended you were fine, smiling when no joy was present, functioning while your heart trembled beneath the surface. But I was there. I was present in the moments you believed no one noticed your collapse inside. I saw the financial pressure, the quiet panic you felt when bills stacked higher than your strength, when opportunities slipped away, when you wondered how you could keep providing, surviving, maintaining dignity. You pushed through exhaustion. You tried to stay composed. Yet your spirit whispered, I can't hold this much longer. And even though you said nothing, I heard every word beneath your silence. I saw the betrayal, the people you trusted, the ones you defended, the ones you would have protected with your whole soul. They turned away, dismissed your sincerity, minimized your heart, and acted as though your presence had no value. That fracture wounded deeper than you admitted, deeper than your voice could describe. You questioned whether love was safe. You wondered if you were too much, or not enough. You blamed yourself for the wounds others delivered. I saw the loneliness. The type that appears even when surrounded by people. The feeling of being misunderstood, unseen, emotionally unattended. You waited for someone to notice the ache behind your eyes, to ask without obligation, to care without condition. Yet too often the room was loud, and no one heard the soft breaking inside you. I saw the moments when you prayed and doubted whether I listened. When you turned to me with a shaking heart, asking for relief, yet experienced stillness instead. You assumed my silence meant disinterest, but my silence was compassion. I hid you beneath it, so the pressure would not crush you fully. You were not ignored, you were protected. My beloved child, even your tears held language. I counted them. I counted when you cried without allowing sound, when you wiped your face quickly so no one would ask questions. You walked through seasons carrying more than anyone understood, yet believed you were unseen. But I saw. I saw the strength you used when you wished you could collapse. I saw the tenderness of your heart even after being wounded. I saw how you kept showing up, kept giving, kept loving, kept trying. You think that pain went unnoticed, but it did not. What you endured did not disqualify you, it prepared you. What broke you shaped compassion inside of you. You were not abandoned, not invisible, not forgotten. Everything you thought no one would ever understand, I understood fully. And now, what was hidden will be healed. You thought I was punishing you when doors closed, but I was protecting you. You saw opportunities fade, relationships shift, plans dissolve, and you assumed something was wrong with you. But I was shielding you from what would have drained you, delayed you, and dimmed the light inside your spirit. You begged for certain outcomes, believing they were the answer, yet you could not see the pain attached to them. I closed what you would have clung to, because the weight would have broken you later. There were people you wanted to keep, people you fought to hold on to, people whose presence felt like comfort. But their hearts were not consistent, and their intentions were unstable. You saw beauty, I saw patterns. You saw potential, I saw cycles repeating. And I stepped between you and the harm you could not yet recognize. Their exit was not rejection, it was divine prevention. There were places you tried to move into, jobs you thought were perfect, offers that seemed promising. But the atmosphere was not aligned with your growth. The environment would have demanded pieces of you that you could not afford to lose. You asked me why it didn't work, not realizing I was protecting your peace, your identity, your calling, your future stability. I was not limiting you, I was preserving your timeline. You mourned opportunities that vanished without explanation, but I removed them so something greater would not have competition. You cried over doors that sealed shut, but some doors were sealed because what waited behind them would have entangled you emotionally, spiritually, or financially in ways that would take years to unravel. You wanted speed, but I was arranging longevity. When I withheld, it was not rejection, it was rescue. When I removed something, it was not loss, it was redirection. When I said no, it was not cruelty, it was protection. I saw conversations you never heard, motives you never discerned, challenges you were not prepared to carry. You thought the closed door was punishment, but it was me preserving your dignity, your future influence, your emotional stability. You prayed for relationships that would have drained your capacity. You prayed for positions that would have demanded your identity as a payment. You prayed for connections that would have celebrated you publicly and used you privately. And I stepped in. I ended access. I disrupted the timing. I allowed distance. Because sometimes love looks like interruption. And now you will see why those doors closed. You will see what was being kept from you. You will see how I preserved your name, your heart, your future. Soon, you will look back and say, "Thank you for blocking what I thought I needed." The door that opens next will not confuse you. It will not require you to lose yourself to keep it. It will align, it will remain, it will honor who you are becoming, not who you were afraid to be. And when it opens, you will understand that every closed door was me protecting you. Today marks the beginning of a new season for you. As you hear these words, something breaks open in the unseen realm. What was tied is loosening. What was paused is moving. What felt silent is awakening. You are not merely hoping for change anymore, you are stepping into it. This moment is not symbolic, it is spiritual activation. I am drawing a line between where you have been and where you are now going, and nothing about those two spaces will look the same. You felt stuck, as though life kept circling the same patterns, repeating the same disappointments. But that cycle is ending. Stagnation is breaking. The heaviness that made even simple choices burdensome is lifting. Your spirit has carried weight that did not belong to you, and I am removing it. What follows will not resemble the wilderness you walked through. This is crossing over, not in imagination, but in manifestation. Even as you listen now, new alignment is forming around you. People are shifting into position. Resources are being prepared. Conversations that seemed impossible are being arranged without your effort. You will notice small signs first, tiny confirmations, unexpected favor, peace that does not match circumstances. Do not dismiss them. They are evidence of spiritual movement becoming physical reality. This new season does not require you to push like before. It requires openness. You no longer have to fight to prove your worth or justify your desire to be chosen, seen, valued, respected. The striving that once drained you will not belong in what is unfolding now. In this new chapter, blessings meet readiness. Doors open because alignment demands it, not because you must force it. You will look back at previous months and realize they were preparation, not punishment. I was strengthening your discernment, refining your intuition, teaching you how to recognize truth from illusion. You cannot enter promise carrying the confusion of the wilderness. Now your vision sharpens. Now your confidence returns. From this moment forward, acceleration is your companion. Delays are losing their authority. What once moved slowly will gain momentum. And where you begged for small changes, I am bringing noticeable transformation. You are crossing into answered prayers, into clarity, into relationships that honor your heart, into opportunities that do not require self-betrayal, into peace that stays. This day is marked. Heaven has written it into your timeline. You are stepping out of surviving and into expansion. You will see movement in places that appeared dried up. You will see restoration where you assumed loss was permanent. You will feel belonging where you previously felt outside. Today is not ordinary. This is crossing over. Your name is being spoken in places you have not yet entered. Paths are clearing. Favor is arriving. And as you continue forward, you will realize this moment was the turning point where life stopped repeating old cycles and began unfolding promise. The new season has already begun. My beloved child, listen closely, because the change that is unfolding first begins inside you. Before anything shifts externally, I am restoring peace to your mind. You have lived in constant alertness, waiting for something to go wrong, rehearsing the pain of your past, and bracing yourself for disappointment. But I am quieting that noise now. The heaviness that rested behind your thoughts is lifting. The pressure that made your chest tighten is dissolving. You will notice it subtly at first, a calm breath, a soft release, a decision that does not feel tense. That is peace returning. I am renewing your clarity. The confusion that tangled your choices is unwinding. You will see situations differently now, not with fear guiding you, but wisdom flowing through you. Where anxiety once made your mind race, confidence will take its place. You will stop replaying old stories of what hurt you and begin envisioning where you are going. This shift is not emotional impulse, it is spiritual recalibration. You have been functioning out of survival for so long that peace almost felt unrealistic. You assumed you needed to stay guarded, hyper-aware, bracing for loss or betrayal. But that posture belonged to a previous season. In this new space, safety surrounds you. I am building internal security, so you no longer seek validation from unstable places. You will not overthink your worth. You will not apologize for your existence. You will not shrink to be tolerated. Instead, your mind will rest, because you finally believe I am holding you. Where you once questioned your decisions, you will now move with certainty. Where you once doubted whether you could be provided for, you will feel assurance that supply is not dependent on your effort alone. And where thoughts used to spiral, you will speak to yourself in truth. You will say, I am chosen. I am protected. I am guided. And your body will agree. This peace is not temporary relief, it is new identity. I am healing the parts of you that wore strength as armor when you were exhausted. Now strength will feel natural, not forced. You will wake without dread. You will go to sleep without replaying every possibility of loss. Peace is becoming your normal. Relationships will feel lighter because you will not cling from fear of abandonment. Decisions will feel easier because indecision will no longer control you. You will stop expecting disappointment and begin expecting alignment. Your mind will no longer rehearse danger, it will anticipate goodness. This is the shift within. This is how your life transforms, from the inside outward. When peace returns, choices align. When clarity returns, destiny unfolds. And as your thoughts settle, everything around you will reflect the stillness inside. Do not question it when calm becomes familiar. This is not absence of responsibility, this is presence of divine support. You are stepping into emotional rest. And peace will stay. My beloved child, hear me now, because what once wounded you in relationships is coming to an end. You have walked through seasons where you were misunderstood, where your intentions were questioned, where your love was not reciprocated, where your sincerity was treated as weakness. You poured out loyalty, but loyalty was not returned. You carried responsibility others should have shared. That loneliness was not imagined, it was real. But that season is closing. You will not walk into this next chapter with the same relational pain. There are relationships I removed not because you were unworthy, but because your value was not properly held there. Some people saw fragments of who you were but never honored the fullness of your heart. They took convenience from you instead of companionship. They accepted benefits but denied reciprocity. I did not allow that to continue, because your soul was shrinking under unequal connection. Now the restoration begins, not by dragging old bonds into new seasons, but by aligning you with people who can receive you. Connections built on clarity, not confusion. Relationships that add peace instead of draining it. People who recognize you without you needing to explain yourself repeatedly. People who offer loyalty without negotiation. There is someone whose presence will feel like rest, not strain. Someone who sees beyond your outer strength and respects your inner tenderness. Someone whose voice will settle you instead of destabilize you. For some, that is friendship. For others, it is love. For others, it is community. But whatever form it takes, it will honor you. You will no longer shrink to be understood. You will no longer silence your heart to keep peace. You will no longer apologize for needing support. The ones coming will not misinterpret your passion as pressure, nor your vulnerability as weakness. They will value what others overlooked. There will also be restoration in relationships that were mishandled but not meant to end. Conversations will unfold. Apologies will rise. Truth will surface. Not because you forced reconciliation, but because hearts softened. When alignment is divine, pride dissolves. You will feel belonging again. The isolation that wrapped around you will break. People will show up without you carrying them emotionally. You will be chosen without auditioning for acceptance. Your heart will rest inside connection, not perform for it. Your worth will no longer be debated. Your generosity will no longer be exploited. Your presence will be appreciated instead of expected. I am sending relationships that require honesty, not perfection. Where you can express joy without being envied and express struggle without being judged. And when they arrive, you will know. Peace will identify them. Your spirit will exhale. Destiny will recognize destiny. This is the end of you being misunderstood. This is relational restoration. And now, you will be loved in alignment rather than tolerated in fragments. My beloved child, listen closely, because the doors that remained closed are beginning to open, and they will not open slowly. I am shifting financial stagnation, dissolving the ceiling that pressed against you, and removing the weight of lack that made you feel limited. You are stepping into movement now. Movement that is not earned through exhaustion, but granted through alignment. Opportunities that once ignored you will recognize you. The resources you needed will find you, not because you begged for them, but because your name now carries favor. There were seasons where you worked hard and saw little return. Seasons where effort drained you, and progress hid from you. You tried to force results that never settled, and you questioned your capability. But you were never incapable, you were simply early. Now timing has caught up with preparation. What you planted begins to return in multiplied form. I am opening pathways you could not access before. Approvals, income, agreements, and open doors will move faster than your expectations. Where there once was delay, there will be acceleration. Where there was silence, responses will unfold. Where you saw no room, space will be made. You will witness divine reversal, where situations that once denied you now invite you. Do not fear increase. Do not shrink when blessing arrives. I have not positioned you to barely survive. I positioned you to carry influence. You will not manage scarcity anymore, you will steward overflow. Money will no longer feel fragile. Provision will not appear and disappear. I am breaking cycles of inconsistency. Financial restoration is not just coming, it has begun. Debt will lift. Responsibility will lighten. Projects that dried up will revive. The idea you postponed will resurface with clarity and support. And you will not walk into increase alone, wisdom will accompany every step. You will know what to release, what to preserve, and what to expand. People will speak your name in rooms your feet have not entered yet. Recommendations will unfold. Favor will land where strategy once failed. You will experience supernatural placement, not through striving, but through alignment. Prepare your mind to receive differently. Scarcity taught you survival patterns, but abundance will teach you trust. You will make decisions from peace, not panic. You will choose from freedom, not urgency. You will know provision is secure. This door is not temporary. What opens now remains open. And this acceleration will not collapse under pressure, because I am establishing it. Walk forward boldly, because financial increase and open doors now carry your name, and nothing can interfere with what has been released. You will see opportunities arrive in waves, not isolated moments. Favor will not visit briefly, it will stay. You will no longer chase what belongs to you. Provision will locate you, support will follow you, and stability will strengthen you. And as the flow increases, peace will increase with it, because this blessing is grounded in purpose, not pressure. This shift is permanent. Fully established. My beloved child, listen with seriousness, because what is unfolding around you is not ordinary. Heaven has aligned in a way that does not occur often, and you are standing inside a rare opening. There are moments in life where everything converges: timing, readiness, destiny, spiritual permission, and this is one of those moments. This window will not repeat in the same form. You are being invited into something accelerated, something divinely arranged, something that carries deep significance. You have been seeing signs, synchronicities, repeating numbers, dreams that felt unusual, encounters that stirred something in you. None of those experiences were coincidences, they were announcements. You noticed unfamiliar peace in your spirit, an inner nudge to stay still, to listen closely, to pay attention. That was alignment speaking. Do not treat this lightly. Do not assume this moment is like every other day. What has opened now required seasons of separation, healing, and restoration. Doors that resisted you before are now unlocked. What was unfinished is receiving completion. There is a spiritual gateway present, and if you step through it with intention, you will not return to the former patterns that drained you. In this rare moment, your choices carry amplified effect. If you hesitate, outcomes slow. If you align, breakthroughs accelerate. This is not about pressure, this is about awareness. You prayed for change, and change has responded. You asked for signs, and signs surrounded you. Yet now I ask you to move with purpose. The reason this moment is rare is because heaven is not waiting, it is releasing. The conversation set to happen will unfold suddenly. The opportunities designed for you will identify you. People aligned with your future will step forward without you searching. The timeline of your life has shifted from delay into divine movement. This is a season where obedience multiplies favor, where surrender multiplies peace, where courage multiplies progress. You do not need to chase what is already yours, you simply need to remain awake and attentive. Beloved child, you will look back and say, that was the moment everything changed. You will remember that this alignment brought clarity that confusion never produced. You will remember this window because it will mark the beginning of lasting transformation. Casual attention cannot treat sacred openings. Familiar patterns cannot accompany divine seasons. This moment is holy, not because of your effort, but because heaven has prepared it. And when heaven aligns, resistance breaks. Walk forward intentionally. Listen deeply. Stay spiritually aware. The alignment is active, the window is open, and destiny is responsive. Nothing about this moment exists by chance. You are inside rare timing. Accept it, step into it, and watch how life unfolds differently because you honored this hour. My beloved child, you are stepping into a season that requires open hands, not clenched fists. What I desire to place within your life cannot settle where bitterness still dwells, where guilt sits heavy, where unworthiness speaks louder than truth. You have carried emotional weight that was never yours to hold forever. And now I ask you, gently, lovingly, to release what has hardened your heart. Release the bitterness that formed when promises were broken. Release the disappointment that stayed even after you moved forward. Release the belief that you must always be strong, even when your soul is weary. I am not asking you to forget what hurt you, I am asking you to stop defining yourself by it. Let go of the narrative that says everything goes wrong for you. Let go of the assumption that you are overlooked. Let go of rehearsing the worst outcome before life even begins. I am renewing possibility inside you, but possibility struggles where pessimism has rooted itself. Release the guilt you carried for decisions made in survival. You judged yourself harshly when you did the best you knew how. I saw the intentions behind actions. I saw the sincerity beneath the mistakes. Nothing about your past disqualifies you, it prepared you. Release the unworthiness that whispers, I don't deserve better. That voice did not come from me. I did not create you for scraps of affection, occasional peace, or inconsistent provision. You were created for sustained love, supported purpose, and stable joy. Now release fear, the fear that blessing will disappear once it arrives, the fear that good things cannot remain, the fear of trusting again. Fear blocks what I am bringing. Fear makes you hide when favor finds you. Fear leads you to sabotage what was meant to heal you. And fear has already served its final season. What I ask you to release is not loss, it is room. When you let go, space opens. Space for new conversations. Space for deeper relationships. Space for financial increase. Space for spiritual maturity. What is leaving is heaviness. What is arriving is fulfillment. You will not release everything at once. Some things fall away in an instant, others dissolve quietly. But as you release, you will feel lighter, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And that lightness is not emptiness, it is readiness. Let go so peace can land. Let go so clarity can rest. Let go so blessing can stay. Blessing does not come to those holding fragments of what wounded them, blessing lands where softness returns. So breathe. Exhale what is old. Honor what it taught you. Then open your heart to what is entering next. I do not ask you to surrender for my benefit, I ask so that you can finally receive what was always meant for you. My beloved child, hear me clearly, who you are becoming is not distant. Your future self is already formed in my sight. When I look at you, I do not see confusion, insecurity, waiting, or fear. I see strength you have not felt yet, wisdom you have not fully used yet, peace that flows without interruption. I see you standing with clarity, moving with certainty, speaking with authority rooted not in ego but in identity. There is a version of you who no longer doubts whether she belongs, no longer hesitates to step forward, no longer apologizes for needing joy, support, or rest. That version is not imagined, she is real. She already exists in my plan, already written into your timeline. You are not creating her, you are walking into her. I see you financially stable, not striving, not scrambling, not stretching yourself thin. I see overflow, provision that arrives before need appears. I see resources flowing through open doors that once resisted you. I see you handling responsibility without fear, making decisions without panic. I see emotional maturity where reactions no longer lead. Peace guides you. Wisdom regulates you. Grace surrounds you. You do not internalize rejection. You do not interpret silence as abandonment. You do not shrink when blessings arrive. I see you respected, not because you demanded honor, but because you became so aligned that honor recognized you. Your voice carries influence. Your presence changes rooms. Your heart, once easily overlooked, now stands acknowledged. I see relationships that honor your soul. Friendships built on truth, love, and reciprocity. Intimacy rooted in safety, not confusion. You are valued without performance. Chosen without convincing. Loved without condition. This future version of you prays differently, not out of desperation, but alignment. She does not beg, she partners. She does not doubt, she trusts. She does not chase, she attracts. Her spiritual authority is quiet but undeniable. And I tell you this because you are closer to her than you realize. Every release, every shift, every door that closed, every wound that healed has been shaping you into her. You were never losing, only transitioning. Walk toward her deliberately. Make choices that agree with her identity. Speak about yourself as though you already are who I know you to be. When fear rises, ask, would my future self shrink or stand? When uncertainty whispers, remember, she already exists, so I am walking into her. Do not measure yourself by who you were. Measure yourself by who you are becoming. Old patterns cannot define someone evolving. Past wounds cannot label someone healing. I am not waiting until you become her to love you. I love you now. But I am calling you into who I designed you to be. She is stable. She is joyful. She is established. She is free. And as you step forward, you will begin realizing she was never far away, only waiting for your agreement. My beloved child, now go forward, for the gate has opened. What was blocked is unlocked. What was delayed is released. What felt distant is now near enough to touch. You are no longer standing outside promise, you are stepping into it. This moment is sealed. The breakthrough is not pending, it is active. The shift that began the moment you opened this message has taken root in the spiritual realm, and now it will unfold in the natural. Do not return to old hesitation. Do not shrink when favor arrives. Do not question whether you deserve this new chapter. You do. It is written. It is approved. You are stepping into territory that once intimidated you. Now it welcomes you. Walk forward with intention. Not wandering. Not waiting aimlessly. Your next steps matter. They are aligned, guided, supported. Heaven is not observing from a distance, heaven is moving with you. The gate that has opened will not close before you enter. And when doubt tries to return, because doubt often comes disguised as logic, come back to this message. These words are not emotional comfort, they are prophetic direction. They carry affirmation when insecurity tries to speak. They carry clarity when confusion attempts to return. Every sentence you have heard has been layered with timing, accuracy, and love. You are not leaving empty. You are leaving strengthened. You are leaving redirected. You are leaving awakened. Your heart is lighter than when you began. Your mind is clearer. Your spirit is steadier. This is not the beginning of waiting. This is the beginning of walking. Walk into your answered prayer. Walk into restored confidence. Walk into relationships that reflect truth. Walk into financial flow. Walk into peace that does not vanish. Walk into emotional wholeness. Walk into promise. The gate is open. The blessing is sealed. The atmosphere around you knows your name now. Divine assistance is assigned to your path. Angels are stepping into positions prepared beforehand. Doors will open at the correct moment. Not early. Not late. Exact. And as you move forward, do not fear the unknown. The unknown is no longer empty, It is filled with provision I have already placed. Go forward. Not looking backward. Not doubting your steps. Not minimizing your worth. The gate has opened. You are stepping into the life I designed before you even knew how to pray for it. Carry peace with you. Carry readiness with you. Carry expectancy with you. My blessing rests upon you. It cannot be revoked. Now go, because everything has begun.